of you know the last two stabbings, the deadly stabbings, where the two men were killed on the subway, on the A train in Far Rockaway and at 207th Street, happened it happened overnight. It happened like around 12, 1 o'clock in the morning. Technically, the subway was closed at 1 a.m. when it happened, when the second incident, I believe, happened. So we have major, major problems with that. There is no safety, guys, underground. During the day, MTA employees are being beaten up, they're being assaulted, passengers are being assaulted, robbed, and trust me, keeping the subways open overnight defeats the logic of breaking the cycle of homelessness. So, the whole reason the subways were shut down in the first place is to break the cycle and to get the homeless into a shelter. We're going to watch this for a couple of minutes, and I just want you to see this.
Here as well. I won't give all their names, and we have an entrepreneur. Who's the entrepreneur? There, and an entrepreneur as well. Your name is Ashley. Ashley, the entrepreneur. Okay. I want to thank everyone for being here. Now we're here today because the city that never sleeps has a name we have to live up to everywhere, including within our subway service. Today we're here to call on the MTA to get 24-hour service. We're here to call on the MTA to restore 24-hour service ASAP. Look, COVID-19, we know, took direct aim at New York City. It cost us lives, it cost us jobs, it cost us money. But we're here today more than a year later, and we can see light at the end of the tunnel, including the subway.
Sorry, guys, about this. There's nothing I can do about it.
There's light at the end of that tunnel as well. And the folks here with me today, an entrepreneur who started a business, riders, many people ride the subways late. We're a city that never sleeps. If you shut down the subway, you shut down a part of our city. And we can restore it and should restore it now. Newsflash, this is New York City. People work at 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m. That's how we are. Again, so people work at 2, 3, and 4 in the morning, but subways aren't working at this point at 2, 3, 4 in the morning. So today, joined by New Yorkers who are among the millions that use the subway, we are here to say, open it up 24/7. We want the subway to always run. New York's been famous for having a 24-hour subway service. New York's famous for having 24-hour subway service, and we're here to urge the MTA to restore that service ASAP, as said by our signs. 24/7 service. New York City is a 24/7 service city. Our subways should be a 24/7 service subway. And let me just say, I understand the duress that the subways were under early on. But now they're back. The one thing they'll have to do is hire more workers to clean the trains as the ridership goes up and as the service goes on. But guess what? Through the hard work of our New York delegation, which I led, we have gotten over $15 billion to the MTA. They can use a little bit of that money to open things up 24/7 and hire the new workers who will clean the trains and keep them safe and spick and span. Okay, that's the bottom line. So let me just go on here. Okay, we also want to make sure that the Long Island Railroad doesn't surprise riders with service cuts. We need to keep our mass transit going. Now we have 3 subway signals giving the green light to 24/7 service. 1, a massive swipe surge. More people are swiping than ever before. 2, the 7-day COVID average, way down. 3, the number of shots in the arm in New York, way up. We're ready to go back to 24/7. Let me go over those 3. The 3 subway signals. Swipes.
Oh, an
Come
afternoon
on.
cup
Sorry,
of
guys,
coffee,
about this. I can't help it.
decaffeinated with the Swiss water process.
COVID average down, shots in the arms up. According to the MTA, 2.1 million subway trips occurred in the transit system on Friday, April 23rd. That's a week ago. That was a new high. We're not up to the high we will be, but we will. And if we get the service going, more riders will swipe, and more riders will ride, and more riders will know. So that's number one. That was a new high. And ridership has consistently hovered about the 2 million mark or higher since April 9th, as I said, the 7-day average. Second, we are down 42% in COVID cases from last week, 42%. That's a continuous fall. Hospitalizations and deaths are down more than 20%. And by shots in the arm now in New York City, 35% of all our folks are fully vaccinated. Many more have had one vaccine. And that means that last month I announced a vaccine supercharge. We announced that community health centers in poorer neighborhoods were getting the vaccines. Drugstores were getting the vaccines. Now people are taking them and getting them. And the number keeps going up. And I am so proud to say that our minority community, our people of color, have done a great job spreading the word. And there is far more eagerness or less hesitancy to take the vaccines in those communities, which understandably were dubious at first, since people of color had been used as guinea pigs in previous vaccines. Okay, so that's the bottom line. We've given them the money. They have the money to do this. They even have money to begin on their capital repairs. I'm going to keep fighting for more money for the MTA. I am. I believe in it. But they gotta get to work and reopen. Okay? Who's speaking, Angelo? Who's the designated, not rider, designated speaker? Great.
Thank you, Senator.
Just tell me your name.
I will. I'm Betsy Plum. I'm here representing the Riders Alliance. We are
He has a great name. Plum. I know. Angelo has a plum hat.
Wonderful. We're here today about plums and 24/7 subway service. We represent subway and bus riders fighting for a better public transit system in New York City. We are so grateful to the senator for joining the
No, you don't. No, you don't care about riders. Okay, this whole thing with Riders Alliance. First of all, Betsy Plum, we've never ever seen her. She, I don't even get me started on her, guys. She's a disgrace, and I'm gonna call her out now. We've been very patient with these people, but now we're gonna start the cycle of calling out this fraudulent organization. Cause first of all, if you notice, if you look in the background, right, they did this at the entrance where the 6 train, you know that walkway between the E train and the 6 train, they did that the press conference at that entrance over there on the top level in the plaza so that most subway passengers wouldn't come out. These people do not represent the safety of riders, especially overnight. I ride the E, I ride the F trains, I see people getting beaten up, getting assaulted. This organization knows nothing. Trust me on that when I say that, guys. And I'm gonna be, so many MT employees have been assaulted, if you ride the E or the J train overnight, I don't have to tell you, you guys know, even the 2 train is a mess. The 2, the 4, the A, what other trains I can think of? The L, it's just everything's a mess overnight, guys. It is. There's homeless all over the place, and I have nothing against the homeless, but the problem is when if any elected official who tells you it's okay for a homeless person to sleep in the subway is lying to your face. That short-term solution is a disaster in the making because there's no restrooms in the subway, no places for them to go. This whole thing is a recipe for disaster. So guys, I'm going to be issuing a press statement later today and I will have more. But again, this has been Passengers United. Thank you for joining.